Hi, I'm Ray. Today I'm in the garden. It's been a bit of a frosty start, but we now started the beginning of January and it's a good time to get your peppers and your chilies in. So today I'm going to show you how I'm doing my peppers and my chilies. So the chilies we're growing today are red chilies, and these are just supermarket grown chilies, and we're going to save some of the seeds. And we're also going to sow the pepper chili, which is cayenne, and these have long thin fruits, long cropping season, versatile for a wide range of culinary uses. This is a popular pepper, the rolled over, one of the best for drying and powdering. The medium hot fruits offer a wide range of uses in the kitchen, used in fresh, wide range of dishes, anywhere you want to add amazing zing to your meals without blowing your socks off. Sow seeds early in the year for a long harvest window. So we're going to start some of these off in the polytunnel and in the propagator, and we'll show you, if you've not got a propagator, how we can do some on the windowsill. So first we need to harvest some seeds from the chilies. So this is our chili that we'll be using, and I'm using gloves. So when you're handling chilies, it's best not to touch your eyes, as you get a rather stingy effect afterwards. So I'm using a glove on this hand to handle the chili, and we've got our knife, and we're just going to split these open to harvest our seeds. So I'm just going to take the end off, and as we can see, we've already got some seeds on the end here, which is good. So we can save these seeds, and also in the core we've got some seeds. So they're looking good already. And I'm going to cut the chili down the centre, and then we can split our chili pepper open, and now we'll look at all these seeds. We've got quite a few in here. You can see this one's turned black, so that's not going to be any good. So I'm going to put that one aside. I'm just scraping out all the seeds. So we've got quite a few seeds here, and there's one chili, and there we go. So we've got a few. There's one there which is a black one, which is, and if you can see that, so we're just going to put that one aside. We won't use that. So now we've got all our seeds, we can use this for our roasted vegetables, and then we can save our seeds. So if you want to store these, it's best just to let them dry out on a windowsill for a day or so, and then you can store them in a paper envelope and they can be stored. Otherwise we can plant them. So next we're going to look at the shop bought seeds, and these have a seed fill of 8 seeds. These come with the magazine, and it's also a good note to get some seeds as fresh as possible, because the older the seeds may not germinate so easy. So one basic rule of sowing chilies and peppers is not to do it too early, as they do need a lot of heat. So if you've not got a propagator, maybe leave it until February, March, if we've got a propagator, we can start some of these now. So with the shop bought seeds, we can have a look, and they look exactly the same. We've got 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 chilli seeds. But what I'm going to do with these is we're going to soak them in some tea, and not just a normal tea. We've got a chamomile tea. A black tea will do, but germination is not as successful as in a chamomile tea. And what I'm going to do is I've got a pot of water here, and I've just made myself a cup of tea, and with the tea bag that I have for my cup of tea, I'm going to place into this cup of water, and we're just going to let that soak for a little while, and we'll make a little tea brew, so we can see all the teas coming out the bag. We don't want it too strong. There we go. And then we can put our chilli seeds into the tea. And these can be sown, these can be soaked in the tea for overnight, for about approximately 8 hours, and then they can be sown after swelling up. So there we go. So they're going to go in and they're going to have a soak in the tea. So we're back with our seeds that have been soaking in this tea for approximately 8 hours. So I'm just putting them on this paper plate to dry off, and then we can sow them. Easier said than done. So this is our chilli seeds that we've soaked overnight for around 8 hours, and we've ended up with 7, as one of them seemed to have disappeared. Really don't know where, but that's what we've got. So you can sow your seeds in any kind of container, an old ice cream tub, flower pot module, and I like to use the square flower pots as we can get quite a few in side by side. So what I'm going to do is going to fill these up with some compost, and this has been sifted, all the big lumps are taken out, and we fill it near the top. Slightly firm it down. We can also use another pot to firm it down. We're doing 2 pots. And here we go. So that's our 2 pots. And we can give them a drop of water beforehand. Not necessary, but it does save the seeds from being washed around. These are the seeds that we've saved from our chili plant, and we're going to add these into the pot. So I'm going to put not too many in this pot. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put 5 in this one pot, and then I'm going to put 5 in this pot. And we're also going to do a little experiment at the same time. So that's 5, and that's the homemade chilies. The shop bought ones. And then we can either just cover slightly with a bit of compost, just removing the twigs, and slightly pressing down. With a light covering. Or the other option is to use vermiculite and just sprinkle a cover of vermiculite over the top. So mine are going to go into a propagator, and they need a good temperature to germinate, around 25 Celsius. But if you don't have a propagator, you can start them on a windowsill, and you can make your own propagator using a paper bag. And just placing the paper bag over the top of the pot, which is why I also like using the small pots, as we can put a paper bag on top. And these can sit on a radiator on a windowsill, and the bag will keep the moisture in and make a little greenhouse for it. But as we said, these are going to go into my propagator, and they're going to go from there. So I'm doing exactly the same with the shop seeds that we soaked, and they're going in I'm going to put all 7 in this one. There we go. There we go. All 7 in there. Space them out a bit. and then I'm going to cover those with the vermiculite. And then one last thing we need to do, give them a bit of a water. Didn't water this one beforehand, did I? And then the most important thing is we need a label, and I've just cut a tray from strawberries, and that one is the cayenne red, and we put our label in, and then this is shop red chili, and then that's our labels. All important thing, because I do forget my labels. Chili red shop. So there we go. Now these are going to go into the propagator, and they can be grown on from there. So these are now going to go into the propagator, and then within 7 to 10 days they should germinate, and we look forward to getting some chili plants, and once they start appearing then we're going to remove them from the heat. So there we go, nice job done during January. So let me know, do you sow chilies and do you sow chili peppers? Let me know in the comments below, and what flavours do you like? We're not a great fan of chilies. We've only just recently started using chilies over the last 2 or 3 years since we started growing them ourselves, and we're not a great fan of hot chilies, so we just stick with the pretty basic ones. But let me know what you grow, and maybe we can experiment one day. So thank you for watching, and if you're new to my channel then please subscribe, ring that bell, get notifications when I post some more. Cheers!